Hi, Vickie Crystalline here. So, I actually have a message for the star beings, those who have came from other planetariums into the existence now. Um, wow! And actually, over this last week, they have been coming. The Galactic have been coming to me each night and waking me up and showing me like different planetariums. They've been showing me different planets, different solar systems. And so I was going to put the information out earlier, but it's like the information has been growing. So I was outside working in my yard right now, and they're like, it's time. So I'm going to bring it forward. So what they showed me of these different planets, they showed me a planet that it was an enormous planet, and it was like flat on the plains, and it had two moons, and it was like the sun never set on one side of the world, and then it was darker on the other side. There was no daylight from dark to night. It wasn't like that. So, and I want you to really feel this in your heart. And then they showed me this other planetarium that was, I want to say, similar to our planet, except there was no physical. The beings were all soul-like beings, like light beings, and they were showing me like these three pillars, like these three statues, and they all were like pointy, and one was bigger than the other. And what they were showing me is that those were how each planetarium had evolved. The higher the pillar, the higher the involvement. And so the higher that a planet has evolved. So the one thing that they showed me too, that the reason that we're in like our space of the universe is because of, to keep us separated, because we are such fear-based and such, like, the word that I want to use is like we would actually kill people. So they keep us separated so that they call it a disease doesn't spread through the universe. So in this, what they've showed me through each day is that the crystal that has rised in Mount Shasta from the interworld, that once ran the energy grid, is it's activating, it's turned on. It's the crystal has literally turned on the crystal grid of Gaia right now in this 3D plane. And what they're showing me is that the star seeds, the star people, you know yourself by that because you have this like overwhelming feeling that you don't belong here, that you don't fit in here in this world. And that's actually accurate, but you came here for a reason. You matter. So what they showed me is that many of the star beings, this is their first time in physical form here on planet Earth. And they showed me that if you went and you had a past life regression, you would discover that you have past lives. But actually, what's happened there is you were imprinted to help you exist in this 3D plane. It was to help you because you don't know fear, you don't know violence. So it was to help you, guide you through your life, this imprint. And you would never be able to tell the difference because it was actually like you lived that life. And so they were showing me that that's why people that do past life regression, so many people have the same past life because they were imprinted with that life to help them move through this physical life. So I hope you understand that. So what they're showing me is that Now is the time, because you star beings, and I am that, but it's so funny. They told me there's no buts. So I'm going to go with that. So what they're showing me is that when you came from a different planetarium to this planetarium, this was the time for you to use the energy of how you used it in a different world, of how you used it in your homeland. So for your highest potential, you need, now I don't want to say need, you want to connect to the crystal grid that is igniting now through the world, because your energetic systems are ready for this time. And what they're showing me right now is a lot of individuals, especially for their first incarnation, because the imprinting wasn't that perfect, because a lot of star beings have passed because this life was just too hard for them. And that's perfect. So it's so funny, because it's like I could feel them all around me right now, the Galactics. So you may have had a lot of suicidal thoughts in your life. You want to check out, you want to leave here because it's just too hard. Well, this is your time. This is your time to shine, to work with the energy that you came here to work with. You're a part of this energetic grid that's taking place here on the 3D world. So it's time for you to tap in, truly tap into the energetic crystal grid that is taking place on this world. It is your time to shine. Truly, it is your time to shine. So if this resonates with your heart, you're part of it. Truly, truly you're part of it. We're moving from one world to the other, and you're a part of that. So the 1044 that has like hidden the crystal and put it into 3D world, I mean into the interworld of the 3D, has now risen, and it is igniting the crystalline grid of the world, and you are a part of that, because in your planetarium that you worked in before, that you were coexistence with, you worked with the energy, and your codes are a part of the crystalline grid. So it is time for you to tap in. I send love. If this resonates, just tap in. Tap in. You are ready.